trying to impress the world. And start asking yourself one question. When you look in the mirror, are you proud of what you see? Land you, not your followers, not your family, not your haters. While you, then, because at the end of the day, when the noise fades and the lights go out, it's just you and your reflection. And every day you wake up with two choices: settle for comfort or fight for growth. Too many people live for approval and die with regret. This message is your wake-up call. It's not about being perfect. It's about effort. It's about discipline. It's about becoming someone you respect. Today we shift the focus. Today we chase something deeper, making yourself proud. Let me tell you something real. The moment you stop blaming everybody else is the moment your life starts changing. As long as you point the finger at your parents, your boss, your past, your situation, your country, your haters, you give them control over your future. And you cannot be proud of a life you don't control. Full responsibility is not about shame. It's about power. When you say, "This is on me," something shifts inside you. You stop waiting. You stop complaining, you stop explaining, and you start executing. Because now you understand if it's going to happen, it's going to happen because of you. Glenn, yes, maybe you didn't choose where you started. Maybe you didn't choose the struggle. Maybe you didn't choose the setback, but you absolutely choose your response. And your response determines your results. And you didn't get the opportunity, create one. You didn't get support, build strength alone, you failed. Learn, adjust, attack again. Proud people don't sit around rehearsing their pain. They rewrite their story. Blinded taking responsibility means you stop saying, "Why is this happening to me?" And start asking, "What am I going to do about it?" That question right there separates the weak mindset from the winning mindset, because when you blame, you stay the same. Blame keeps you comfortable. It gives you an excuse. It lets you sleep at night without confronting your potential. But responsibility forces growth. It forces discipline. It forces action. You want to make yourself proud? Then own your mornings, own your habits, own your attitude, own your mistakes. When you mess up, admit it. Quickly. No ego, no defensiveness. Accountability builds strength. Every time you say, "That was my fault, I'll fix it," you become more powerful. You become more respected, especially by yourself. And let's be honest. Some of you are tired, not because life is hard, but not because you're constantly fighting reality instead of facing it. You're exhausted from explaining why things aren't working instead of adjusting your approach. Responsibility is freedom. Then the day you realize nobody is coming to save you is the day you become dangerous. Because now you understand it's all on you. Your growth, your income, your health, your mindset, your circle. Your standards. You can't control everything that happens, but you can control how prepared you are. You can control how hard you work. You can control your focus. You can control your discipline. And that's enough. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone to believe in you. Stop waiting for motivation to magically appear. Take responsibility for your energy. If you're tired, fix your habits. If you're broke, fix your skills. If you're stuck, fix your routine. It's on you. That doesn't mean you won't get help. That doesn't mean people won't support you. But you don't depend on it. You don't require it. You move regardless. And when you take full responsibility, excuses disappear. And when excuses disappear, results begin. Look at your life right now. Every area, your fitness, your finances, your discipline, your relationships. Instead of asking who messed it up, ask what you can improve. That mindset alone will separate you from begging the choices of people Pride is built in private decisions. Land, when you wake up early instead of snoozing, that's responsibility. When you choose growth over gossip, that's responsibility. When you invest in yourself instead of blaming the economy, that's responsibility. And over time, those small decisions compound. They build confidence. They build momentum. They build a version of you that stands taller. Land, because here's the truth. It feels powerful to know that if your life improves, it's because you earned it. Not luck, not favoritism, not coincidence, effort. You don't need to control the world. You just need to control you, your standards, your effort, your discipline, your response. That's where pride lives. So from this moment forward, no more excuses, no more if only, no more waiting for a better time. You take the weight, you carry the responsibility, and you build something you can look at and say, I did that. Then, because when you take full responsibility, you don't just change your results, you change your identity. Let's talk about doing hard things, not when you feel like it, not when it's convenient, but daily, consistently, relentlessly. Anybody can move when motivation is high. Anybody can grind when the energy is right and the playlist is perfect. But can you move when you're tired? Can you execute when nobody is watching? Can you push when your body says stop and your mind says later? That's where pride is built. Then hard things shape you, they stretch you, they expose your weaknesses, and then give you the opportunity to strengthen them. Every time you choose the difficult path over the easy one, you send a message to yourself, I'm built for more. Waking up early when your bed feels like heaven, that's hard. Training when your muscles are sore, that's hard. Can studying when distractions are everywhere, that's hard. Saying no to comfort, that's hard. But easy choices create a hard life. Hard choices create an easy life. You don't grow in comfort. Comfort feels good, but it slowly steals your potential. It convinces you that average is acceptable. It whispers that tomorrow is fine. But tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year, and suddenly you're living with regret. Then doing hard things daily builds discipline, and discipline builds confidence, because confidence doesn't come from talking. It comes from proof that you can rely on yourself, proof that you can endure discomfort, proof that you don't quit when it gets inconvenient. Blend every difficult action is a vote for the stronger version of you. Blaine, when you push through one extra rep, you're not just building muscle, you're building mental toughness. When you finish that project, instead of procrastinating, you're not just completing a task, you're strengthening your character. When you choose growth over excuses, you're rewriting your identity. And here's the secret. It doesn't have to be massive. It just has to be consistent. Plan one hard decision a day, one uncomfortable action a day, one moment where you choose discipline over distraction. Ring over time, those moments compound, they stack up, they transform you. Plan, because the more hard things you conquer, the smaller your fears become. The more resistance you face, the stronger your resilience grows. You start realizing that discomfort isn't your enemy, it's your training ground. You begin to crave the challenge. You begin to understand that pressure is preparation. You stop running from difficulty and start attacking it. And when you look back, you'll see it clearly. The pride didn't come from the easy days. It came from the mornings you didn't want to get up, the workouts you almost skipped, the risks you were scared to take but took anyway. That's where your strength lives. And so don't wait to feel ready. Do the hard thing now. Lean into discomfort. Build the habit of choosing effort over ease, and watch how your self-respect rises every single day. Let's get honest. Every time you break a promise to yourself, something inside you weakens. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You tell yourself you'll wake up early. You tell yourself this time will be different, and then you don't follow through, and your mind is watching. Land, when you constantly break promises to yourself, you train your brain not to trust you. You lower your own standards. You start expecting less from yourself, and you cannot be proud of a person you don't trust. Len, but the opposite is also true. Every time you keep a promise, even a small one, you build strength. You build integrity. You build belief. When you say, I'm going to work out, and you do it, confidence grows. When you say, I'm going to finish this, and you finish it, discipline grows. When you say, no more excuses, and you mean it, your identity shifts. Self-respect is built through self-honor. It's not about making huge declarations. It's about small daily commitments. If you say you'll wake up at low, wake up at low. If you say you'll read SERP pages, read SERP pages. If you say you're done with distractions, act like it, because every kept promise is evidence. Evidence that you are serious. Evidence that you can rely on yourself. Evidence that you are becoming who you said you wanted to be. And here's the key, especially when no one is watching, it's easy to perform when there's an audience. It's easy to show up when people expect it, but real character is built in private. When it's just you and your decision. When you could quit and nobody would know, but you would know. Lynn, that's the moment that defines you. If you want to make yourself proud, become a person whose words mean something. Not just to others, but to you. Stop over-promising. Start executing. Let your actions speak so loudly that your doubts go silent, because when you trust yourself, you move differently. You think bigger. You hesitate less. You fear less. You walk with quiet confidence. Keep the promises. Build the proof. Let's talk about validation. Too many people are living for applause, for likes, for comments, for approval. They don't move unless someone is watching. They don't grind unless someone is clapping. And the moment the noise disappears, so does their effort. That's dangerous. Lane, if your motivation depends on other people's opinions, your confidence will rise and fall with their moods. One compliment, you're on top of the world. One criticism, you're questioning your worth. That's not power. That's dependency. When you seek validation, you hand over control of your self-esteem. You allow strangers to decide how you feel about yourself, and you will never make yourself proud living like that. Real pride is internal. It's quiet. It doesn't need an audience. It doesn't need recognition. It doesn't need approval. It comes from knowing you gave your best, even if nobody saw it. Zane, understand this. The world is inconsistent. People will cheer for you one day and doubt you the next. They'll support you when you're winning and question you when you're struggling. If you build your identity on their reactions, you'll always be unstable. Stop performing. Start progressing. Kalans, you don't need everyone to understand your vision. You don't need permission to improve your life. You don't need validation to raise your standards. The only approval that truly matters is the one you see in the mirror. Then, when you stop chasing validation, you become fearless. You take risks without worrying about looking foolish. You pursue goals without worrying about being judged. You speak with confidence because you're not trying to impress, you're trying to improve. Valaline is addictive. It feels good, the praise, the recognition, the spotlight. But if you're not careful, you'll start doing things just to be seen instead of doing things that actually move you forward. Then to ask yourself, are you building for applause or for legacy? Because those are two very different paths. Menda building for applause means choosing what's popular over what's powerful. It means making decisions based on how they look instead of how they impact your future. It means avoiding failure because you're afraid of criticism, but building for legacy means choosing growth over approval. It means staying consistent even when nobody notices. It means doing the right thing even when it doesn't get you attention. Then you have to detach from the noise. Some people won't understand your grind. Some people will laugh at your ambition. Some people will question your discipline. Let them. Their opinions don't pay your bills. Their doubts don't define your destiny. And when you stop seeking validation, you stop shrinking yourself to fit into other people's comfort zones. You stop playing small so others don't feel insecure. You stop dimming your light so you don't outshine the room. You stand firm. You move in silence. Then you focus on results. And here's the powerful part. When you don't need validation, you become magnetic. Confidence without arrogance, focus without distraction, drive without desperation. You don't chase attention. You attract respect. There is a different kind of strength that comes when you know who you are and what you're building, regardless of who approves. That strength allows you to endure criticism without collapsing. It allows you to succeed without becoming arrogant. It keeps you balanced because you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. You're doing it so when you lay down at night, you can say, I did the work. Not did they notice, not did they clap, but did I grow? And let's be real. Sometimes the people around you won't support your evolution, not because you're wrong, but because your growth highlights their comfort. Your discipline exposes their excuses. Your ambition challenges their average. Then that's not your problem. Your responsibility is not to be understood by everyone. Your responsibility is to become the best version of yourself. Stop refreshing the page looking for approval. Start refreshing your habits. Stop checking who liked it. Start checking your progress. Stop asking, what do they think? Start asking, am I proud? Because at the end of the day, the applause fades, the comments disappear. The spotlight moves on, but your character remains, your habits remain, your results remain, and that's what truly matters. Plans, when you stop seeking validation, you free yourself, you free your creativity, you free your ambition, you free your discipline. You stop living in reaction mode and start living in purpose mode. You make decisions based on alignment, not approval. And you build quietly, you improve daily, you let your results speak. And one day, while everyone else is still chasing attention, you'll be standing strong, fulfilled, focused, and proud. Not because the world said you're enough, but because you proved it to yourself. Growth is not automatic. Just because time passes doesn't mean you evolve. You can spend 5 years repeating the same habits, the same excuses, the same mindset, and call it experience. But real growth demands change. If you want to make yourself proud, you cannot stay loyal to the version of you that kept you stuck. The old you had limits, the old you had fears. The old you had comfort zones that felt safe but kept you small. And here's the truth, that version of you did the best it could with what it knew. Respect that. But don't live there. Outgrowing yourself means raising your standards. It means the excuses that worked last year don't work anymore. It means the habits that once felt normal now feel unacceptable. It means you look at your daily routine and ask, is this aligned with the future I want? Then growth requires discomfort. There is no way around it. When you decide to evolve, you will feel awkward. You will feel misunderstood. You will feel stretched. Because you are stepping into spaces your old identity wasn't built for. And that tension, that's transformation happening. Then you can't build a new life with an old mindset. If you still think small, you'll act small. If you still doubt yourself, you'll hesitate. If you still hold on to past failures as proof of your limits, you'll replay them again and again. At some point, you have to decide that your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. And outgrowing your old self also means letting go of habits that drain you. Letting go of environments that shrink you, letting go of people who only know the outdated version of you. Then not everyone will understand your growth. Some people benefit from you staying the same. They're comfortable with the old you, the one who didn't challenge them, the one who didn't rise too high, the one who didn't demand more. But you are not here to make others comfortable at the expense of your potential. Elevation demands separation. And sometimes that separation is physical. Sometimes it's emotional. Sometimes it's mental. But if you want to rise, you cannot cling to what's weighing you down. Mighty outgrowing yourself means becoming disciplined where you used to be distracted, focused where you used to be careless, bold where you used to be afraid. It means choosing long-term respect over short-term pleasure. Then the old you might have chosen comfort. The new you choose is growth. The old you reacted emotionally. The new you respond strategically. The old you quit when it got hard. The new you pushes through because quitting no longer aligns with your identity. This is not about perfection. It's about progression. Every day you should be slightly sharper than yesterday, slightly stronger, slightly wiser. That daily commitment to improvement compounds over time. And before you know it, you're operating on a level your old self couldn't even imagine. Cleanse, but understand this. Growth will cost you. It will cost you late nights and early mornings. It will cost you temporary loneliness. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you the approval of people who preferred you average. Then the question is, are you willing to pay that price? Because the cost of staying the same is far greater. The regret of unrealized potential is heavier than the discomfort of growth. Waking up years from now and realizing you settled, that pain hits deeper than the struggle of evolving. Outgrowing yourself also means forgiving yourself. You cannot rise if you're constantly dragging guilt behind you. Learn from your mistakes, yes, but don't live in them. The old you made choices based on old awareness. The new you knows better, so now you do better. Growth is evidence of awareness. Then when you know more, you expect more from yourself. When you see your patterns clearly, you stop pretending they don't exist. You stop justifying behavior that holds you back. You stop negotiating with your potential. And here's the powerful shift. You stop identifying with who you were. Lane, you don't say, that's just how I am. You say, that's who I used to be. Then that language alone changes everything because identity drives behavior. If you still see yourself as lazy, you'll act lazy. If you still see yourself as unlucky, you'll move cautiously. If you still see yourself as average, you'll settle. But if you see yourself as evolving, as disciplined, as focused, as resilient, your actions begin to align with that image. Outgrowing your old self is a decision you make daily. It's choosing the workout over the excuse. And the study session over the distraction, the uncomfortable conversation over silent resentment. Then it's choosing to operate at a higher standard even when nobody demands it. And one day you'll look back and barely recognize the person you used to be. The doubts will feel smaller, the fears will feel weaker, the excuses will feel foreign. Lanes, that's when you'll realize you didn't just improve your life, you transformed your identity. Finishing is a different level of discipline anybody can start. Starting feels exciting. Starting feels fresh. You get energy from the idea. You get motivation from the vision. You tell everybody about it. You feel powerful in the beginning, but finishing is lonely. Finishing happens when the excitement fades. When the progress slows, when the obstacles show up, when nobody is cheering anymore. That's where most people disappear. That's where dreams get abandoned. That's where goals die. Man, if you want to make yourself proud, you have to become someone who finishes, because unfinished business drains your confidence. Every time you quit halfway, you send a message to your mind, when it gets hard, I stop. And after a while, that becomes your identity. Not because you're incapable, but because you've trained yourself to exit under pressure. But when you finish, everything changes. When you push through resistance, when you complete what you committed to, you build unshakable belief. You prove to yourself that discomfort doesn't control you. You prove that difficulty doesn't define you. Winners are not people who never struggle. Winners are people who refuse to quit. Then finishing means showing up on the days you don't feel like it. It means staying committed when the results are slow. It means continuing when progress is invisible. Lennox, you start the workout, finish the workout, you start the book, finish the book. Can you start the business, build it through the hard seasons, you start the healing, see it all the way through. Land, completion builds confidence, completion builds identity, completion builds momentum. And here's the truth. The world respects finishers. Then there are thousands of people who almost started something great. Thousands who almost launched the idea. Thousands who almost transformed their life, but almost doesn't create impact. Almost doesn't change your future. Execution does. Finishing requires emotional control, because the moment you want to quit is usually emotional. You feel tired. You feel frustrated. You feel overwhelmed, but feelings are temporary. Quitting can become permanent. Then you have to separate how you feel from what you committed to. Discipline says, I don't care how I feel. I'm finishing, and when you adopt that mindset, you become dangerous, because now your emotions don't dictate your effort. Your standards do. Think about how many times you've stopped right before the breakthrough, right before the improvement, right before the results start. Most people quit in the valley, not realizing the mountain peak was one more push away. Vain, if you can endure the valley, you earn the view. Finishing also builds resilience. The more you complete hard tasks, the stronger your mental endurance becomes. Stop fearing difficulty because you've survived it before. You stop doubting your capacity because you've proven it repeatedly. That repetition builds pride. Lens, there is a different feeling when you complete something you once thought was impossible. It's quiet. It's powerful. It's internal. Nobody can take it from you because you earned it. And understand this. Finishing doesn't always mean perfection. It means persistence. You might stumble. You might adjust the plan. You might move slower than expected, but you don't abandon the mission. You adapt. You continue. You complete. Lydia, your future is shaped more by what you finish than what you start. The half-built dream doesn't change your life. A half-developed skill doesn't open doors. A half-committed effort doesn't create transformation, but a completed goal that shifts everything. Finishing also builds trust with yourself. The more you follow through, the stronger your self-belief becomes. You stop questioning whether you can handle pressure. You know you can because you've done it before, and that belief carries into every area of your life. Belen, you walk differently, you speak differently, you decide differently. Len, because you're no longer someone who backs out when it's inconvenient. You're someone who stays until it's done. There will always be reasons to quit. Always. It's too hard. It's taking too long. It's not working fast enough. But there will also always be a reason to continue the person you're becoming. Then, every time you choose to finish, you strengthen that person. And one day when you look back at your journey, you won't be proud of the ideas you had. You won't be proud of the plans you talked about. You'll be proud of the battles you completed, the promises you fulfilled, the missions you saw through. Finish strong. Finish tired. Finish uncertain. Just finish. Land, because when you become a finisher, you don't just accomplish goals, you transform your identity into someone unstoppable.